Welcome. Whoa, good morning. That's louder than I expected. Welcome. My name's Kara Van Sant. I'm the director at Venture College. Excited to see you all here for the Hackfort Tech Challenge. Hackfort Tech Challenge is presented in partnership with Hackfort, Trailhead Boise, Treefort, and Venture College. We're going to jump straight into it with some introductions. I just introduced myself, so I'll let TM.
Top of the morning to you, TM Rastegar. I am the CEO and Executive Director at Trailhead, and my staff member here is laughing at me. Everything good? All right, judgy face on.
And then shout out to Alina Gilmore in the back too. I know a lot of the participants have been in contact. She's been doing some training with each of the participants all week. So I'm also here with Venture College. Oh, I already broke it. See, I'm getting through the tech glitches before you come up and pitch, so don't worry. Is it? There we go. We're back. Okay. It's my screen. Okay. Oh, thank you. Okay, and then we'll hear from Sean with Hackfort here before the check presentation. So, okay, what to expect? I know the participants have heard this time and time again this week, but we have 6 teams pitching. They're going to be pitching for 4 minutes, and then there'll be time for 4 minutes of Q&A. We ask that you try not to hide behind the podium. Stand here. If you stand, I learned at a 45-degree angle, the camera will catch you really well. This is being recorded. And we will let you finish. Participants can finish their train of thought, but if they start to run over 4 minutes, Alina and I will be in the background jumping up and down, asking them to stop. So 4-minute pitch, 4-minute Q&A, and these are the teams that you'll see. Rubric. Each of the judges have a rubric in front. We do ask that you please do write some comments if you can, some feedback. Our goal is to help the teams no matter where they are in their process, startup journeys. Our goal is to take that feedback and help get them to the next stage, whatever that looks like for each team. So we will be looking at how well does it address their market or customer segment? Do they have a strong value proposition? How much traction have they demonstrated? Traction can look very different depending on where the teams are in their startup journeys. How likely are they to grow their traction and or revenue? How realistic and sustainable is their revenue model? The likelihood that this could grow into a real business? And how was the overall quality of the pitch and their responses to the Q&A?
Oh, this works. Perfect. So for the prize purse today, we will give away $4,000 to the winner. Yes. The winner will also receive. And that prize purse obviously would not be possible without the support of our sponsors. We threw up their logos on the slide. I also want to take this chance to get a brief introduction by the judges. Just tell us your name, what your title is, and what organization you work for. Trying to break the ice here a little bit between the judges and the presenters. So Michael, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, Michael Carr. I'm a partner in the business group at Perkins Coie, which is a law firm.
Hi, I'm Grace Ford, and I am the marketing and community manager at Trailhead.
Hello, Michael Blood. I'm the president at Matrix. We build apps.
Hello, I'm Chris Straface, product manager at Lovevery. We sell developmental baby toys.
I'm Kelly Blake. I'm an associate at Taleo Capital here in Boise, a private equity firm.
All right, round of applause for the judges coming here at 10 a.m. on a Saturday.
Oh, Sean, welcome.
Hey, everybody.
The man himself.
Can you do a quick introduction?
Hey, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was troubleshooting a IT issue and the building was locked. And predictably everything went wrong. So, but I fixed it.
And you're here.
For the artist lounge, I think they're going to be really happy. So thank you guys so much. TM, thank you for kicking it off. Did you go over our sponsors and stuff for the day?
Yeah, we just thanked them. They
Great.
just introduced themselves. The judges did anyways. And
Yeah,
so,
and I also, I guess, if it wasn't mentioned enough, Taleo Capital and Perkins Coie for helping underwrite this, and then all the wonderful sponsors who help with the prize. Seriously, can't thank you enough. Students who are here, thank you so much for, being part of this. It really means a lot. This is something that TM really helped me a lot with this year. I'm really passionate about building this as a platform, that really can feed into Trailhead, feed into Boise Entrepreneur Week, keep those dreams alive. Really, really give this your all, because there's a lot of resources out there that could help you turn your dream into a reality. So that's kind of my fast pitch.
glad you made it.
Thanks.
There you go.
And with that, we're going to kick it off with our first pitch. So, let's see. Casey, I believe that's you.
Should we change your screen to not shut off now?
Oh, yeah, that would be. Can I hand you these?
Yes.
And I'm just going to change my display settings real quick. If I know how.
And I'm guessing this is just move forward on here.
Yes, yeah.
By the way, so the winner gets $4,000. No pressure. Check's right there. The winner also gets a 1-year membership to Trailhead. And the grandest prize of them all, the winner will get a golden ticket to the Boise Entrepreneur Week pitch competition, where we will give away another $50,000 to the first place winner. And just to mention, we tried this out last year with the golden ticket, and yes, it was inspired by Willy Wonka. The winner of the golden ticket at Hackfort Tech Challenge last year went on to Boise Entrepreneur Week and placed second and won $5,000. So all to say that building this pipeline, starting here and then taking it on to the next milestone, Boise Entrepreneur Week, really matters. Golden ticket.
Okay. Do I start whenever?
Yeah, we'll start
Okay.
the time as soon as you get going.
Okay. So my name is Casey. I'm with Hacky Sack Security. So let's get into it. So first, I want you to think about a piece of educational material that has really stuck with you and made a lasting impact on you. So think about this in your head. Like, what kind of things do they all have in common? Something that I think of that really sticks with me are things that are colorful, bright, have fun, music, fun things like that that really stick in your mind long after you see them. Things like Schoolhouse Rock. I remember the whole preamble to the Constitution because of this thing. Will never leave my brain. So the problem is for security education, cybersecurity, methods are boring and not relatable for employees, making people likely to forget what they learn if they actually pay attention in the first place. We don't use these kinds of engaging methods to teach cybersecurity when we should. So this is where I come in, Hacky Sack Security. So Hacky Sack Security is a comprehensive educational tool to teach employees about security threats. It's a fun, customized, interactive learning experience designed to deliver security education tailored to your interests. So as we can see, I have a very large market for this. If we look at all of internet users, it's generating over $300 billion. Mid-size and small businesses are generating $100 billion. And my target customer would be about $10 million. So target customer, what I really want to focus on is the elderly people that are most likely to be the target of cyber attacks. So Americans over 50, it cost them nearly $3 billion last year in cybercrime. These people are getting the most scammed, and these are the people that we really need to target and reach out to. As well as the youth breaking into the tech scene. So people such as my age or even younger who are just getting, their first iPad. If their parents just hand them an iPad, they don't really know what they're getting into with their information online. They need to be able to protect themselves. So I interviewed people on Instagram. I asked a survey. 51% responded saying they have been a victim of a cybersecurity attack. So this is a huge issue. So traction, I've already gotten a lot of people reaching out to me on my different social media accounts I made. And I'm also working with the College of Engineering at Boise State to put together a workshop at a conference for young girls in tech. So I have a 3-tiered system. My different services that I provide will be packaged in these 3 tiers, or you could build a custom plan. So my services, which I'll talk about, are these in-person sessions, online session, educational videos and materials, workshops, and cyber team development. And I will be in the positive for 2023, growing my revenue as I continue to expand my business. So these are some of the lessons that I want to focus on, talking about just basic cybersecurity things. I want to focus on digital fingerprint, multi-factor authentication, social engineered attacks, like what kind of things that people use to do these attacks and how we can prevent them, and more. And types of resources, I want to, like I said, and present things in a fun and engaging way. So I want to have videos, fun live streams, music, podcasts, interactive activities, fun things that really stick with our mind long after we learn about them. So learning through play, we cannot take creativity, fun, and play out of learning. This is where we learn best. The Journal of Experimental Education found students scored higher when humor was used in their lectures. This humor and fun and engaging things are what really stick in our minds. We can't take this away from cybersecurity education. So, phishing emails, bad. Phishing emails, good. So, we need to take some of this method of thinking into how we teach cybersecurity, because I guarantee you're probably going to remember this more than a super long, boring article about cybersecurity. So I'm Casey Wheeler, a web developer and cybersecurity expert. Through my technical knowledge, teaching experience, and familiarity with creating STEM children's books, I will change cybersecurity. So let's hear from you. I'm here to help meet your needs and make cybersecurity knowledge accessible to all, because it's not something that it should only be available to people who already have extensive tech knowledge. So any questions?
Testing. Oh, there it is. Thank you so much, Casey. I am going to ask the judges to talk into the mic because that's the only way the questions will be captured by the video recording. So feel free to pass it along.
Yeah, so I have one question on the slide where you were talking about your target customers being elderly people. Just recently, my grandmother was told that I was in jail over the phone and she needed to take out $25,000, and so I'm wondering, how do you imagine reaching those target customers and getting this product and education to elderly people who aren't part of a small business or something like that?
Yeah, so the plan is I want to work with the college more too, since I already reached out to Boise State, and I'm working with them to build material for their conference, teaching those young girls and stuff. So I also want to work with them to try and build an elderly plan, and I also want to work with people that are already involved in the industry and stuff to make my material, since I'm only one person and I only know so much. I want to hear what other people have to add to my material and stuff like that. So I also want to be able to just go around to people in the local area, assisted living, nursing homes, and interview them, see kind of what questions they have, because I'm not an elderly person. I don't know what kind of things they're looking for. So that's really the plan, kind of asking them. But yeah.
Great.
You clearly identified that it's a large market and there's a lot of competitors out there. Can you tell us a little bit more about your pricing model and maybe how that's competitive with the standard in the industry?
Yeah, so I can kind of go through, because I know I didn't have time to talk about the 3-tiered model a bit more. So I made a slide on it, but I can go to that. So kind of the idea was to have apprentice, junior, master, kind of three different tiers. So I wanted to include 1 month of the educational material access. So ideally I'll have materials available online for people to access. And so with each of these tiers, you'd get access to those materials. But with the higher tier you get, I'll give more in-person sessions, more online sessions. So kind of one-on-one teaching. And with the last one down here, I'll give 20 workshop hours and 20 team development hours. So I'll come in and help teach their teams as well. So, and this would obviously be modified for the elderly and youth thing, but yeah.
As a follow-up to that, do you have a price for each of those packages yet?
I haven't made a price yet. I was thinking about, just researching more into what other people are charging for similar services such as these, and kind of what people are willing to pay for services like this. But yeah, that's something I can definitely talk with you after.
Great. And that was just piggybacking on his question, my
Yeah.
question was, what kind of curriculum do you have so far?
Okay, so I've started to build out the curriculum since I'm still working on developing it, and I also want to work with other people to get feedback on my curriculum and see what other kind of ideas people that already work professionally in cybersecurity have to say about it. But here, I can go back to so this one here. So I kind of started building out some lessons. Really, I want to focus on kind of like the first one, just give a basic introduction to like what even is cybersecurity, like how do we define it? Kind of take something that might be scary for some people and kind of bring it down to like, hey, this is not something that's scary. This is just something that we should all learn, and it's something that is accessible to everyone, not something that we need to make scary and confusing for everyone. But yeah, I want to talk about digital fingerprint. So, people understand how their information is online, that their information can be accessed by people. Because I know when I was learning cybersecurity, I was blown away about how easily it was for people to access my information online. So I really want to get that across to people. But I also want to teach about multi-factor authentication. I think this is one of the easiest things to just, easily set up and secure your information a whole lot better, as well as social engineered attacks, because I think this is where a lot of people really get hit, especially the elderly people, as I talked about. Being able to know, when like someone's saying you're in jail and you need to pull out $25,000, knowing how to recognize like those kinds of scams and, just take a deep breath, like when people try to get that emotional reaction, is really what I want to try and convey. So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. How long do you think it will take you to build that curriculum?
I would say probably a month at most. Really, it shouldn't be too long. I would like to continue to expand it out, obviously, like continuously, but to be able to like start launching it, I would say probably about a month. So.
Thank you.
One more question. We'll do one more question.
Okay.
So is your target customer individuals or is it businesses? Because the elderly are likely not, a lot of them probably not still in the workforce, as well as young people kind of not. And relatedly, like, I think you're probably going to have to develop a different curriculum for young people versus the elderly. I don't think they're going to find the same things as engaging just based on their life experiences.
Yeah,
and age,
no,
so.
I totally agree. Yeah. So your
First question was
asking.
the individuals, businesses.
Yeah. So, okay. The goal was I want to kind of have both, like reach out to both people. Because kind of the way I wanted to reach out through the elderly is kind of thinking of like the assisted living and nursing homes as like their own business, to kind of have like workshops like through those things, if that makes sense. But yeah, I totally agree that I would need like different material for like, obviously what a kid is going to find interesting is going to be different from like what someone in a nursing home would find interesting, like you said. So I want to kind of like tailor those packages and stuff towards those different audiences. But yeah, I think that's the idea, just to kind of go in, have a workshop, whether it be in a nursing home or like in a business sense. Because I think I could really help like small and mid-sized businesses as well. So it'll be the same kind of like talk conference sense, but just like for those different demographics, if that makes sense. Thanks.
Okay, Brian, you're up.
Do I need to use the mic? Or?
Yes, that's the only way it'll get on the line.
Mics are no fun. All right. Well, I want to say, thank you everyone for coming today. And thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Brian, and today I'd like to talk about the city. Now, I look around the room and I can assume that some of us were born and raised here in Idaho. I can also assume that some of us come from other states or even other countries. Now, for anyone who's moved to a new city, how frustrating is it when you don't know where anything is? You have to find that new coffee shop, the best place to get a piece of pizza, or where to see a show. How much easier would it be if you had all of that information tailored to your new city in the palm of your hand? That's what I'd like to present. The Boise Interactive Application. Now, this would be a web application, and it would include things that you would assume. So there would be maps, location, city information, and the like. What sets us apart is our partnership with the Idaho Historic Society. Using the archives and the information that they have, and augmented reality, we can overlay a historic look of the city in real time. So this example here is the Eidenhof. In the background, we have what the Eidenhof is today. In the foreground is what it was 100 years ago. And in the full fleshed out app, you would see these kind of historic sites all over the city. Now, our market opportunity is kind of twofold. We have the opportunity to give more information about the city, tourism, and really get people excited about where they live. We also have the opportunity for collaboration between the college, the city, and the Idaho Historic Society to come together where they may never have done before. And that's really one of the big things is I want to get these different perspectives, these different businesses together. Hey, don't do that. So our go-to-market would start here in Boise. It's our hometown, so it makes sense. Really who we're targeting is newcomers to the city, either people who just moved here or thinking of moving here, and BSU students. So somebody pursuing their higher education decides to come to BSU, this would be a great application to learn more about their new city, or just Idaho natives who want to know a little bit more about where they live. There we go. So our rollout is going to be typical for an application. It would be beta development and then beta testing with the college students. We want to give them a good opportunity to give us feedback on what's important and what we can change. Make sure our partners are involved with the launch, and then final beta testing, and then roll out on iOS and Android. We'd also include a marketing campaign to let people know that the app's up, live, and what it's about. The revenue model is a little bit different. I want this to be a free application. I want everyone to be able to use it. So I don't want a paywall in the way. What I would propose would be a featured advertising for local businesses. So in the app, when you click on Bardenay, if they're a featured partner, it gives you a little bit more information about the business and an advertising avenue for them. So in this example, we've got a $40 a month charge for that business. We'd also look to partner with the larger corporations we have here in Boise. Think Micron, Simplot, Western Trailers, local companies that really would be excited about a sponsorship opportunity within the app. Of course, the next step is going to be getting approval from these different divisions. You know, that red tape is going to be difficult to cut through, so it needs to be one of the first things we do. Once we get through that, it's gone to the beta development of the app. The team, that's myself. I'm Brian Arnott. I'm a junior at BSU, going for an ITM degree, a lifelong Idahoan, and I enjoy history. So this is right up my alley. I'm also a non-traditional student, so I think that brings a little bit of a perspective and different skill set to this opportunity that I can spearhead and move forward with the project. So again, thank you all so much for coming. Thank you for listening to me ramble, and I'm open to any and all questions. I did so good, there's no questions.
I do have a question for you about how long you think it will take for you to build the app before you're able to start bringing on the paying customers, and how much will that cost?
So that's a really good question. I mean, I'd love to say that I could do it in 3 months, but truth be told, I don't have a lot of experience with app development. That's what I'd like to learn more about. Truthfully, in my head, I would guess 12 to 18 months. The nice thing is the technology I'm proposing, well, let's be honest, it's not a new concept. Like in the first slide, essentially it's Pokemon Go. So the augmented reality technology is there. I just have to integrate it all. As far as pricing, that is a very good question. I would probably lean on experts in the industry to really give me a hard number on that, because I could say $2,000. In reality, it's $200,000. That's unfortunately that's what I lack. I don't know that information, but I would get with the experts on that.
I have a few questions. I'll start with, what are your threats and competition? I mean, who else is out there doing this? And do you anticipate that to be a problem in your growth?
That was actually one I had thought about, because again, this is not technology that's new. So a savvy developer really could recreate this. What I would say is, yes, there would be threats to the industry, threats to this particular application. That's where I would look to, in the expansion, partnering with the local cities, the local colleges, and the local historic societies to really make it tailored to those cities. That way we can go above and beyond any other competition to make sure we give accurate and useful information and a good experience. So much like anything, this wouldn't be able to be trademarked or copyrighted per se, but that user experience, really that brand, would be what we would be looking for.
Thank you. And secondly, do you have any idea what your break-even's like? I mean, how long is it going to take you to recoup the cost that it takes to develop once you launch your advertising model?
So again, that would come down to what my development costs were. Again, I'm not sure what that would be, but part of this would be really getting to the local communities, the local businesses, to come on as partners. And the example I had, a $40, a month charge, that could be adjusted depending on what those costs were for development. So taking that to hit that break-even point really would need some more hard numbers, which of course I would need some more information about. All right, thank you again.
Thank you very much.
Natalie and Joanna, you're up next. Where's the clicker?
Hello.
Okay. Hi, my name is Natalie Fleming.
And I'm Joanna Nava.
We are here to introduce you. You can grow it, Veggie Grow. My daughter, who was autistic and had not spoken, it didn't speak till she was 5, and then when she was 7 years old, her cycle started. We took her to the doctor, and the doctor says, well, if you brought her in earlier, we could have stopped this. It's too late. There are endocrine disruptors in our food supply. Our food supply is overwhelmingly toxic. I can go on for an hour and traumatize you about the plastics and the production and the soil. It is incredibly toxic. My daughter was able to put off her cycle for 22 weeks by eating out of our garden. School administrators have said that we need to provide more period products in elementary schools because little girls are starting their cycles earlier. So gardening is the great answer to it. But gardening, growing all your food in the garden, is a very overwhelming task. I see this wonderful woman online who has decided to put her garden, crochet her garden plants. People go to great lengths to plan their gardens. Baker Seed Company has 150,000 followers on their Facebook page. So we've come up with an awesome idea. Think a Lego plug and play version of a Lego garden set. You plug it in, but it's got a circuit board underneath. So once you have that circuit board and they're planning their garden like a little toy set, you have infinite possibilities as far as integrating artificial intelligence into the system. And this week I was playing with it and I used the AIs and I couldn't believe how fast development was coming on this. It's a lot easier than crocheting your garden plans. There's a huge learning curve. I am a huge plant serial killer. And so to have that garden set to teach you how to garden, gardening can be overwhelming for so many people. This would be so much fun for small children with their grandparents and their mothers and their fathers learning to grow their gardens.
Perfect. With that, our go-to market would be families with small children. We want to hit the Treasure Valley first. 224,000 small families with household families with under 18-year-olds in them. And then Idaho would be our next target with 448,000. And then overall the United States. And we want to go global, but these are 3 main go-to markets we would want to hit. Our revenue model would be 2 models, a public version and a private version. The public would just be open to the Wi-Fi. The private is the contained AI, so it would be more secure and more reliable. The public version is $75. It would cost $15 to make it. Our private AI version would be $110, and it would cost $40 to make the product. Our progress to date is we have the initial digital design on over here. We have our circuitry design, and we would want to put an internal CPU integration. We also have connections with local productions of MMI to grow these parts, to make this reality come to life. So we have the designs and we have connections on how to make the product. Our next steps would be finalizing the 3D modeling. So making it trial and error, make sure this is what we want, our circuitry design, and then developing our simplified software with C# and SQL, which we know much about, and then mass producing these items. Our advisors are Brad McIntyre from the McIntyre Family Farms and Caldwell. They are local family farms that, we have experienced gardener, non-experienced gardener, and they just provide more knowledge about gardening. And then we have Mel Wireman, who's the president of MMI Plastics, and we just have lots of communication with him on how to produce this product. And then this is our team, myself, I'm an ITM major, marketing queen.
I'm the plant murderer, Natalie Fleming. And then who is not here is Trevin. He's a genius. I say, do this, and by the time I'm done speaking, he's got it all designed and done. He's wonderful.
And he's the main person with our circuitry.
Yeah.
And then thank you for being here. Any questions?
I'm just have to say we have amazing teams competing, and I'm just astounded by what has been presented so far.
So maybe I just missed it, but what's the magic of the board and the circuitry? Couldn't you do it all virtually and have on your computer plan out the garden too?
So when you plug a specific vegetable into the set, it will know what vegetable you plugged in.
Okay.
So you've got the circuitry, and each one it'll say this is broccoli. You just plugged in broccoli. So the circuitry has a braille. I call it braille. Trevin says don't use that word, but I do it anyway. So it'll recognize what you're plugging in, and then it can show you a list of different suppliers. It can tell you how to plant it. You could actually hear the voice of master gardeners off of YouTube's at this specific point saying, you can listen to Connor Crickmore say, plant their seeds like this and that, whatever.
And I guess the best thing about being a physical thing is that tactile. People want to know and actually have a physical version. And most of our target, which would be older person's family households, want that actual feeling because that's what they're used to, and they're not used to virtual things.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you spoken with anybody yet that might be interested in purchasing this, and what kind of feedback have you gotten from your potential market?
Well, I haven't spoken to people who wish to purchase it, but anytime I've pitched it, people are like, oh my gosh, we want to do that. And people have already played with Lego sets of garden sets. A lot of people are playing with Lego garden sets. So this is a technology that doesn't exist yet because we have garden sets, we have online planners. We're gonna marry them. We're going to bring them together. So we haven't talked to companies yet about it, but just in casual conversation with people, this is something people really want. People tell me about the progress of the garden, their failures of the garden. And this is just something to make it, we need to cut the learning curve on gardening. And the techniques available for gardening are just amazing as far as high production systems in the backyard. So, thanks.
Yeah, we have all sorts of dead plants at our house. So I'm curious, what's your distribution model? How do I buy it? Where do you guys plan on selling?
Available mostly online. Online marketing is so slick and quick. I've got an online genius kid. I'm a non-traditional student at Boise State University. I raised all my kids. My youngest is 21, and all my kids are 100 times smarter than me. So tapping even them, we can get it marketed very easily. Make it go viral.
Even without online, we also wanted to hit the farmers market. All those community-wise here in the Treasure Valley that have an interest for this and have a niche, I think that we could market that first. And then once we have some feedback, we would go global and online.
Cool. Let's go to the next one. Mm-hmm. This is the Singing Frogs farm model. They make $150,000 per acre per year. And if you break that down to your yard, it comes down to $15,000 per acre, per 10th acre in your yard. If you just have 20 feet by 200 feet, that's how much produce you can grow in a high production system. So I'm obsessed with high production agricultural systems that are easy. I'm really, really lazy. So I know the easiest way to grow anything. And that's why I want to tell them, you can grow it if you're as lazy as me. I don't like to go out there in the heat of the summer, and I don't like to bend over and weed. So we've got some great systems that we can pull from and learn from others. have a question.
Yeah, so you just mentioned the farmers market, but I was going to ask if, what kind of either local businesses or community groups you guys have been involved with or plan to get involved with in order to, get the product out there marketed.
Well, I've got a couple resources. I get my horse with a friend who does the organic solutions, so he's got that entire market across the valley where they do lawn care. And of course, Brad McIntyre at McIntyre Family Farms, they deliver to the entire valley. He's a good friend of mine. He's been a great mentor and coach. I can call him up and, hey, how do I do this? And I sent him a shovel full of dirt and he tells me how good it is. And so yeah, anyway, I obsess about dirty things. Sorry. So.
Thank you.
Okay, this is our halfway mark, so I figured I'd let the judges catch up just slightly on comments. Yes. Yes. And I'm just going to tell a quick story while you are catching up. It's amazing to see the progress that the teams have made in even just a week's notice. And Natalie, Joanne, I'm going to use you as an example. When they first pitched, their pitch was 9 minutes long, and they have trimmed it down to that amazing 4-minute pitch. And so just the progress throughout each of these, kudos to the teams. You've been working really hard. So take your time, judges. We'll catch up and then keep going. It's definitely okay to talk while they're catching up too. Less pressure on the judges if you.
mighty fine. Like her in my shoes until they shine. You can have my heart if I can have your hand. I can make your daddy understand. I haven't got a penny, haven't got a dime, but I know how to have a good old time. I ain't got a dollar.
Sure. Hello, everyone. As you all can see, my name is Ibrahim Mose. I'm here to introduce you to Air 360, saying goodbye to the old way of real estate and say welcome to the new way of doing real estate. It is virtual reality and combined with AI to do all the tour paperwork and all of that for real estate. The hope of home ownership is fading by the day, so we are trying to put into that with the obstacles that every home owner are facing are less paperwork and many other things and unnecessary fees. And a 360 to the rescue. As all you can see, they would do the tour with the VR and as well the AI would do the paperwork and approve and send it to the paperwork to the financing or the banking and get back, and it would be all done by the AI. Stress-free real estate, or whether you are buying for your first home or investing into real estate or buying your dream home or your vacation home, it would be stress-free for everybody. And our enabled platform simplifies the process of, as I just explained it before. It makes it affordable by cutting the title fees and real estate agencies. It would list the status of the opportunity in the market. In the United States alone, there is 7 billion market size for real estate exchange. As well, worldwide is 3.7 trillion. So if you would only 1.2% of real estate agencies, it would be 45 billion for the worldwide and 8 billion for the United States. A fraction of that would be make us successful. Going to the market, we would put out a beta version with 3 features. Hopefully, it will be done by October of this year. And to make it I'm not techie. I would rather strategize and do the marketing. So I'm partnering with the GIM program at Boise State to recruit some students as co-founders. As well, and the revenue model would consist of 3 layers. One with a $297 for a monthly basis, and as well you could be a backer and have a lifetime access to the platform. If you are a flipper or a real estate investor, you would be appreciating that. I believe so. So that's and the third would be $700 or so. Every 3 months you would pay $700 for the platform. I could go to those links, but I have a site I put it last night as well, a LinkedIn page where few people has followed. It was up for 3 days, and that was the attraction. For next steps, it would be expanding the reach on social media and expanding the customer base and tapping into the untapped market of people who just give it up on real estate altogether, getting them back on track. Let's go to the next slide. I would say, who's Ibrahim Muse? There's a couple things I need to highlight on the team aspect. I'm just by myself at the moment, and there would be another slide after this. But I'm an author and as well a business owner in the Treasure Valley, so I could stay in that business and be fine with it. But I see the need for that, so I don't want to neglect it. I'm blessed with the help of the entrepreneur community in the Treasure Valley. I have been part of for the last couple of years, and as well, this is the head department of the game program. Sure, that would be it. Is there any questions? Let's go to the next slide.
Thank you, Ibrahim. Is that on?
Yeah. Were you guys hearing me? I was far away from the mic.
I was able to hear you.
That sounds perfect.
You mentioned that there'd be 3 features in this application. Have you defined which 3 those are and how far along?
Yeah, it would be to build a virtual tour with the augmented reality. As well, it would be helping with some of the paperwork with AI, requested for financing or something like that for the beta version.
And have you, for example, on the paperwork side of things, what knowledge do you have about the industry to define which part of paperwork? I know as a real estate purchaser, there's been a lot of different pieces of paperwork. Do you have specific ones that you're working through, or have you got to that point yet?
There's like a money of like it would have access to, it would be hooked to your bank account and could pull it up. It would prepare a bank statement and everything that you would qualify for the loan. It would prepare those documents for you as well, and the legal part of it as well.
I can ask one more. I have one more question. Have you? And so I don't mean to monopolize the questions here, but do you have experience yourself in purchasing real estate, or being in a real estate transaction?
Yeah, in 2018 I did it with my dad.
Okay,
so
thank you.
It took it also. It would shorten the time it would take from having starting the process to the ending resulting. I was watching, maybe it was a year ago or something like that, and a couple that were trying to purchase a bigger home, but the market was changing so rapidly, so they put for sale the agreement that they made with the company they were buying the home from was able to sell it for more while they were trying to get a deal on their home. So they weren't able to get it. So it will also shorten for you to sell, and it will be like the stock market exchange. Thank you.
Just want to give a little more time. This time for notes. Is that this
Loading up and down all the streets I used to
Judges, when you're ready, if you can just look up, and then Ruben can get started. We'll start the time.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Ruben DeMathis, and I am here with my idea of Connect Me. Well, first of all, let me explain what Connect Me is. Connect Me is here to tackle the problem of structural unemployment in refugee homes and immigrants that are brought here. How Connect Me works is.
Mic problem, but we can start it over the time.
Okay.
Yes, we'll just make sure. Can you hear it? Yeah, if you just hold it up a little closer.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. All right.
We can just start over. We'll start the
Okay. Well, I'll introduce myself again. My name is Ruben DeMathis, and I am here with the idea of Connect Me. And what Connect Me does is going to tackle the problem of structural unemployment in refugee homes by, assisting them in the 3 L's is what I like to call it. And number 1 is language barrier. Using machine learning and data analysis, Connect Me is a web-based social education and self-marketing platform that will assist refugees by having a voice-prompted chatbot to help them in language learning, and it'll have a guided tour. It'll have a guided self-learning place where they can learn English or whatever other language based on their needs. To help in business skill set building and goal setting programs, it'll help them prompt them to create long-term business goals as they see fit based on previous experiences and the desire for what they expect to want to learn from Connect Me. Data from Lutheran Immigration Services shows that 180,000 refugees, entrepreneurs, there was 180,000 refugees, entrepreneurs in 2018. And as we know, only 45% of businesses make it past the first 5 years. So Connect Me is going to help teach them the basic skills and necessities of what it takes to take a business long-term and make it successful. While educational okay. Ooh. All right. Here's my competition. My main competition is Coursera, which I don't know if you guys all know, but it's a learning platform that gives certificates in different areas of whatever learning you can choose from. But the thing that I have an advantage over them is I will be doing self-marketing and business creation processes and user-based language learning. So it depends on what the user is doing. USA Hello is it's government-based, but they only offer 9 languages. They're not doing the self-marketing processing. They have education. They do higher learning too. Do they offer online tutoring and chatbot guided learning? No. And then we have Skillshare, which is it's an app that helps guide refugees basically as they arrive, but it doesn't offer any of the qualities that, what I will be doing. Market opportunity. In 2023 alone, there's an expected amount of 125,000 refugees to arrive. And most refugees that come here are actually a driving force in the American economy, estimated to be about $89 billion. And yet they drive the economy, but they're lower than average household income, which is actually $37,000. My go-to market, my plan is to start locally by word of mouth communication, talking to agencies and building partnerships. So far in this plan, I've talked to my dad, who's head of a department called KCL Foundation. Well, KCL is a company that helps with coupons, but they created a whole department where he's able to assist refugees in procuring resources. And so far, I've been communicating with him and other refugees who are in positions to assist incoming refugees. My demographic, I'll be doing demographic targeting of individuals from age 17 to 35, job-ready individuals and newly arrived families. To build on a national scale, advertising on platforms with heavy traffic from foreign use, such as WhatsApp, Facebook, Facebook and Google, right? Partnerships through business and educational institutions, and fundraiser and event meetups to help increase awareness of what we're doing. Cost and profit. Building and maintaining the platform, it's expected to cost around $80,000 to $150,000. Going long-term wise, the cost will keep rising up because it's a platform that, builds on itself. So it'll have to be constantly updated. Hiring translators and educational material. Well, first of all, to offset the cost, I was planning on hiring refugees to do the translation part, and it can be a learning space for programmers to come in and learn and build that skill necessary as they go into the job market. Advertising and marketing costs is expected. Profit, offering subscriptions based above the free offering. So, business advice, management, and help with the marketing. Progress to date, market research. So far into my plan, I've been doing marketing research, talking to agencies, refugees, and like I said, my dad's department, which works mainly around Idaho and assisting refugees all around. So far, we're here in the marketing research. My next step is to create funds and investing sources, which I expect to take 6 months. App development and targeting and market targeting testing is going to be our first year. Business partnerships is year 2, and then the launch 3 years max. That's a step-by-step process that's expected to take 3 years. And then why me? Well, I've been a refugee here for 12 years, and through those years, I've learned a lot of things, but I would like to push that forward and help assist others in doing what I'm doing. Thank you. Any questions?
Sorry about that. So I guess my question here is, do you envision this more as, just educating refugees into, how to get any job that they want? Or do you see this more as like for, people trying to start a business or, who already have their own business operation?
That's a good question. I don't think I stated that earlier, but it's going to be doing both, right? Because not everyone wants to start a business. So it'll help them teach them that process. And for those people that do want to start a business, it can help it can do a marketing thing too, where you can learn how to start your own business and how to market yourself. And that's why the subscription-based learning is we can help with that management too. And that could also be part of the subscription, like I said.
Mm-hmm. And then second question would be, obviously you got to start somewhere and, definitely makes sense with refugees, but do you see any other avenues for other, groups that might suffer from similar issues getting jobs, or that might benefit from the solution as well? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, it could be wide based. That's the thing. Well, the thing is, it's gonna be able, long term wise, I want it to be able for a place where culture to be exchanged. So anyone that's looking to learn, like if you want to learn part of my culture, I was born in Kenya. If you want to learn my culture, you can come meet me on there, connect with me, and you can learn from it. Or you can come post tutoring sessions. You can post your business that if it has anything to do similar with that,
Thanks.
I may have missed it. Is it a web app or a mobile app?
It's gonna be both.
More of a comment than a question, but my wife came here as a refugee, and her family definitely struggled with this type of stuff. So I think it's definitely worthwhile. So hope you're successful.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. No.
Thank you. We have one more pitch. Oh, thank you. We'll wait for the thumbs up, and then you can stand here at the 45. Yep, the camera will talk into the mic.
Oh, thank you. Can you believe this is the first time in the world? Never time. Testing. Oh.
Just for housekeeping purposes, after the last pitch, the committee will tally the scores, and then we will come get the judges. We're going to go briefly deliberate in the adjacent room, and we'll take the check with us. And so everyone else can network in the meantime. Overall, that should take about 10-15 minutes, and we'll be back to announce the winner.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's fine. Good morning. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, good morning. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is declining student entrepreneurship. It's actually it's declining quite a bit. The Kauffman Foundation actually attributes it to increase in student debt. So as student debt becomes a problem, so does the ability to either get a loan or to ask friends and family for funding. Enter in Student Pitch. Student Pitch is a crowdfunding platform designed for students and colleges. I'm Adrian Moreno, and Ted Hogan unfortunately can't be here today. Otherwise, he'd be standing right next to me dancing or something. I don't know. So Student Pitch aims to be a unification of colleges and college students together in a way that allows these projects by department to get funded. My experience as I've been pitching these competitions for about 4 years. I started 2018. I had a great idea of integrating survival equipment and clothing. That didn't work. Another great idea, Photoholic, where it would be an app to where you can hire a photographer in a single location. No brainer, right? Didn't work. The student pitch is the culmination of all of these pitches all together. As I moved through the community and learned more and more about all of these student entrepreneurs, what I saw was a deficit. We have these competitions, we have all of these resources that we pull together, but then it's not just about entrepreneurship, but it's also about some of the student projects that don't necessarily pertain to innovation or creating a business. Some students just want to be a photographer and don't have the ability to raise funds for a lens or maybe create a theater production. And so Student Pitch aims to fulfill that gap of creating a platform that unifies not only the college marketing power, but also the students and professors' ability to raise that capital. Here's the this is the structure. I'm not going to get too much into the minutia of it, but the idea is to have the colleges and the professors be the gatekeepers to this program. The professors would act as a conduit, but also as a way to boost their students that they find intriguing or trying to back whatever campaign that they're doing. And so they would act as the conduit to this platform. My go-to-market strategy is to focus on Boise State right now. So using these programs to kind of gauge how much student involvement is in this pitch competition, the 5 that just pitched before me, and then going to the Idaho Entrepreneurial Challenge, collecting as many student pitches as well from there, and moving on to even Boise Entrepreneur Week. The market, it's a 1.2 billion market, right? With Kickstarter being probably the most prolific website out there. There are other companies that have also started. USeed was very similar. They were acquired. Community Brands, another one. They've actually been buying up very similar crowdfunding platforms. It's not a new concept, but it is with the professor and college as being a gatekeeper type concept. I'm Adrian Moreno. I have worked the various different jobs, mainly in marketing. Up until my last position was as a marketing director, and Ted and I have worked various marketing jobs together, creating websites, creating applications, web-based applications. If we were to win, we would actually go straight to an attorney to kind of figure out the minutia of how this pass-through of funds will happen. But we have a pretty strong idea, and we've already begun talking to various professors and figureheads at the college. Thank you, and that's my pitch. Any questions?
I do have a question. Thank you for a wonderful pitch. I was just wondering, how do you plan to get professors on board with your idea and your platform? Such as, are there incentives, or what makes them want to get involved and stay involved?
Right. So, hello. What I actually found out is professors are already doing this through grant monies. They're trying to raise funds for either the department or for special projects through grants. And as part of a previous job that I had, writing grants is incredibly difficult. This way, it would kind of center not just the application of creating these grants. It would, in a sense, create their own grants, pass the money through the college, into which these professors already disseminate college funds already to various student projects or student winners of pitch competitions. I think so companies are already doing this. Colleges. This is MIT. They have their own crowdfunding page. Essentially what we'd be doing is creating a page for Boise State and pushing these professors to incite their students to create these projects.
Sorry, I may have missed it, but how does student pitch make money?
Student pitch makes money by creating by charging a 5% transaction fee based off of all of the campaigns. So this is the same breakup as the Kickstarter model, which is 3% to the various programs and like paying the web hosting platform, things of that nature, and then a 2% profit.
Can I ask a follow-up question to that? How are there options for, say, students that are, as you mentioned earlier, not wanting to participate due to lack of funding? Are these fees being collected from students who want to, in the future, get money?
The campaigns work with not only like the colleges and the professors creating this campaign pool, but also with their existing already donor markets, right? So I'm targeting alumni, emailer lists, college enthusiasts. So these are existing avenues that people already donate to previously. We're just creating a more specific, more more focused view on what they're actually funding, right? So photography student is my favorite example, right? A photographer student doesn't really necessarily want to start a business, but that's a lot of equipment up front that they need in order to kind of create these images. If a photography professor finds a student that is hard charging through these classes and creating beautiful art, then the campaign would ride off of their existing donor pool.
Do you have time for one more question? Say you reach out to these professors, you convince one they should be creating these campaigns for their students. What about your platform will encourage them to use yours instead of just pointing them to Kickstarter or someone that's got some brand recognition already?
Sure. I've actually been in the freelance video editing world of creating a lot of Kickstarter campaigns from all over the country through a previous company called Crowdfund Better. It is incredibly hard to create these campaigns and to get them funded. You need an existing network of it's a marketing network. And so a lot of these students don't necessarily use crowdfunding. The Kaufman Foundation found that it's a very, very small percentage that actually will use the crowdfunding model, especially like a Kickstarter model, because it asks directly for like a company, an established bank account, and all of these various like gatekeeping aspects that a student necessarily wouldn't really want to pursue if they're doing like a small project between like $1,000 and $10,000. And so by using the college, it's the college's marketing power already, the department's marketing power, and the professor's marketing power of an existing, like, I don't know, say like their LinkedIn pool, you'd be taking that student to a little bit to a farther place that they would have already had. A farther place than would have existed had they not used a professor's like email list, right?
To summarize the branding,
Sorry, yeah.
the branding of the, in this case, Boise State network, and having it be their own platform would provide the value. So by branding it to the college, you're leveraging that power of that network,
yes,
instead of handing it off to some remote. Okay.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay, so we'll have the judges wrap up on their forms. And then, as Tim said, it'll be a little bit of networking while we go and do the math. And then we'll have the judges deliberate, and then we'll come in and give the check. So.
All right, the results are in. And by the way, last year's golden ticket recipient, Brad Moselle, has joined us. He is in the house. I told you a story on how he went on and won $5,000 at Boise Entrepreneur Week, so I'm glad he's here. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to get straight to it. The winner of the 2023 Hackfort Tech Challenge is Hacky Sack Security.
No, yeah. We're super stoked about this. I'm so excited for you. We also, our amazing graphic designer for Treefort, James, like threw this together. So I'm so proud to present this to you. Your check. Your check.
Yeah, let's get some solo shots, and then we'll take shots with the judges as well as the sponsors. $4,000.
This is crazy.
Gotta put that on the wall.
Take it to your bank, try to cash it, and then make a TikTok out of it. Seriously. Call the manager in advance so you don't get arrested. Yeah. All right. And your other prize, the golden ticket, I will just sign it right here. So this will grant you entrance into the finals for Boise Entrepreneur Week's pitch competition. And we really hope you put this money to good use. So by the time you compete at BU, that you will have a formidable business to contest for $50,000.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right. If I can just get your signature here. And to all the other contestants, your journey doesn't end here. Please keep at it. Come see us at Trailhead. I know the Venture College is there for you to help support you on your entrepreneurial journey. Thank you for coming out on a Saturday during Treefort at 10 a.m. It's probably rough for some of you this morning.
Thank you guys so much.
Do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I would love to say something. I'm just kind of shocked right now. I don't know what to say, but thank you, like, to all my friends and family and everyone who like came out to support me. I'm just really, really honored. And thank you all to the amazing presentations that you guys all gave. I really enjoyed listening to all your pitches. You guys were all great. Definitely really scared me. You know, you guys are all very intimidating with your presentation abilities. I'm blown away. So thank you so much. And thank you to all the judges. But I'm excited to present at Boise Entrepreneur Week now. So yeah.
All right. If we could get the judges to come join us for a photo op and the organizers. So Grace, you're in it twice, I guess. You're a judge and organizer. Yeah, your call. Your call. Just do what the photographer tells you to do. That's what I learned.
We got a couple.
Elena, you should join them, please. Kara. Can we? Oh, do we have that sponsor slide up?
Can we just do judges first? No, with you.
Fair enough.
And I just wanted to say something real quick too before everyone starts taking off, but especially on the student entrepreneur side, Venture College is here. You are going to hear from me and Alina, and we really want to help you take each of your ventures to the next level. So please know this is not the end. We are here and we will be in contact with you. So congratulations to everyone. Great job.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. TM and I have been working on this. Kara, thank you again. We really want to make this a pillar of Hackfort every year. So, spread the word, and if you're interested in being involved, reach out to me, reach out to TM, reach out to Kara. We're going to make this a thing at Hackfort. So thanks again, guys.